Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be going over 10 things that I would like them to add to Minecraft. Now, as a console edition player, I would obviously like these to be added to console. However, I'm not including things that are already added to other editions, like for example, command blocks with PC, and like extended multiplayer, stuff like that. I'm not going to talk about that stuff. I'm going to talk about more like new features and stuff like that. Now, the first one is flying mobs. Now, I know there already are at least 3 flying mobs in the game, being the Wither, Ender Dragon, and Bat. But, I mean, besides bosses and a useless bat, I think that they should add other birds that fly in the sky. Like, they could add multiple birds, like, not just one bird. Like, they could add birds that, you know, are friendly, hostile. Maybe you could like fly on a bird. Maybe they even have a chance of dropping a wing that you could use, like a 100 chance of dropping wings that you could use for elytras or a new potion or enchantment that's good, something like that, so that you would actually want to be able to get them. And I think they'd be just a cool new addition to see flying in the sky and have in the game. Now, the next thing I'd like them to add is freeze potions. Now, freeze potions, yes, that also sounds kind of OP, but I think it would be a cool addition as to something that would be super hard to get. So, for example, like the recipe for it in the brewing stand could be like a nether star or something super hard to get, so that you have to get it, and maybe just a freeze potion just slows somebody down. And the more time that's taken away from it, the less they're slowed down. So, and if you put down 3, they get completely frozen for a couple seconds or something like that. Just as a new cool potion that they could add to the game, I think that would be a good idea. And something as like, maybe you can get in a UHC or something, but something that if you play for a long time on a world, you could kind of get, and it would be something that if you were having a fight with people and you're on the world for a long time after you just have max diamond everything, that you could actually want to grind out, you know, grinding out withers. The next thing is with armor. Now, I think there should be new types of armor, a couple new types. Maybe one like Wither Star armor. I'm giving out, or Nether Star, sorry. I'm giving out Nether Stars as examples because they're super hard to get, and there'd be something super grindy that you could easily get, that you could get at the end of the game that would be quite hard to get. So maybe make it like 2 levels up from diamonds. So it's like, well, now with the sharpness nerf, it would basically be as good as diamonds with protection 4, I guess, or sharpness 5 diamond swords. Like, I mean, also you could use it as weapons, obviously, and tools. Or you could add obsidian. I'm not sure where obsidian would stack. I think it would have to be in between iron and diamond, because if you think about it, after you have a diamond pickaxe, it's way easier to get diamond stuff than it is, or way easier to get obsidian than it is diamonds, but it's still probably more time consuming than it would be to get iron, so I think it would have to be somewhere in the middle there. The next thing, if we get away from this Nether Star stuff for a bit, would be hardcore additions. Now, this might not just be to hardcore. This could be its own game mode, or maybe even just be added to hard in general. But kind of like, I know that there are mods like this, but like kind of like air and water, so that you have to keep your eyes on your air and your water, and you can only spend a certain amount of times out in the desert or mining or certain stuff like that. So you actually have to, it's another cool thing that you have to keep your eye on to try to survive. And I think that would be a really cool thing to add to the game, as it would make the game quite a bit harder and more interesting. So yeah, that's another little thing I'd like them to add. Another thing would be armor speed. So maybe there's certain armors, like maybe with the Nether Star armor, maybe it's the same as diamond armor, but it makes you go faster. Or there could be like, we could make it so different armors, maybe chain armor is as good as diamond armor, but you can only go like half as fast, or something like that, so that different types of armor have different uses, so it's almost more like customizable. There isn't just one thing that's strictly better than another. I think that would be a very good thing for them to add. Another thing would be a new boss mob. Now, when I say a new boss mob, I mean like something that's harder. Something that even if you have full diamond or even full like nether star or something like that, it's still going to be fully maxed out armor and maxed out swords. It's still going to be very, very hard to beat. I want something like that instead of like the Wither, where you can just beat it up with diamond stuff, or even you can beat it up with iron stuff. Just something that, and it gives you something really cool. Like you know how with the Nether Star you can make a beacon, with something just basically like that, except way cooler. If they could figure out a way to do something like that. Next is a kind of an interesting thing I think they should add that would kind of keep you on your heels, on your toes. I mean, is disguise mobs. So have like a 1 in 1,000 chance of a mob spawning that is literally like hostile, or maybe even add just rabies to the game, basically, where some animals get infected with basically a rabies type thing and just start attacking you. I think that would be a cool thing to have to the game, as you could just be rocking around trying to kill like a cow or something, and the cow just starts attacking you or doing something like that. And it would just kind of keep you on your toes, and it would be a funny new thing to add to the game. Now, the last three things are kind of really small things, but I do think that they'd be all really cool. Iron armor, making it dyeable. Now, I mean, other types of armor would be cool too, but I mean, diamond armor, you wouldn't really show dye as much, but iron armor is a nice white surface, and I think it would look so cool if they made the shine right with being dyed. Like, imagine red diamond armor. Imagine how cool that would look. I know there are mods for this again, but I think that would be a cool new feature. Another thing would be world-specific leaderboards that tell you how many kills you have, maybe even how many blocks you've mined, but like more like super specific leaderboards that are just for the world. So like I think it would be kind of cool because you could see how many times you've killed somebody, or how many times somebody's killed you if it's competitive, or how many blocks you've mined, or how much time somebody's spent on the world, and stuff like that you could help keep fair, as there's a lot of things like this that people argue about a lot. So yeah, I think that would be a cool thing. Another thing would be auto grow grass and other auto grow stuff. So like have things grow more realistically. So for example, have trees grow like realistically, like slowly. Have grass grow, and actually just like grass actually grow, not just be randomly generated, like actually grow over time. So if you have a lawn, you actually have to cut your lawn or weed it out or whatever, or just slash it apart. But other stuff like that, and having animals like have like a teenage stage and an old stage, and maybe just eventually just die from old age, so that you actually have to farm your cows every so often and mate them, or else they'll just all die out. So stuff like that I think would be a really cool thing to add to the game. It would keep you on your toes, and it would just be more things that would just make the game feel more realistic, and almost make you have to have patience and stuff like that. The other thing I almost forgot there was about trees eventually falling down as they get older. So things actually have lifespans, so they grow back, and so you actually have to care for things, and you can't just leave them and then they'll just be expected to stay fine. Like there's only a certain amount of time you can grow a tree before it just falls over, and it could like fall over on your house or something like that. I think that those would be really cool things. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed these 10 wish list type things, and if you did, please leave a like on the video, and I will see you guys next time.